Hey, you're here with Samantha Brown, and today I wanted to talk about the difference and work out which one is better between organic traffic and paid for traffic. So, if you're using things like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Google, like no matter how you're trying to market your business, is it better to try and grow organically, which is the free stuff, the stuff that takes all the time, or is it better to do things that are paid for, like ads and things? I've been doing loads and loads of organic stuff. That's pretty much all I do actually. And I have been doing that for the last, I guess, year or so. So I've only actually been doing Facebook videos for about a year, but everything that I do is all about organic traffic and growing in a way of like referrals and things like that. So I haven't to date been paying for traffic, and yet I've managed to accrue thousands of followers over the last year, and like they're not paid for. But you are paying for them in some way because obviously if you aren't paying with money, you're paying with time. So doing organic traffic actually takes a lot of time. You've got to put some thought in. You've got to work out the kinds of things that people want to hear about. You need to take the time to actually create videos, to write blog posts, to do all that kind of stuff. So actually, although it doesn't cost any money, it can cost time. Now, I genuinely think that everybody's got loads of time. You choose the things that you want to spend your time on. So if you say, okay, well, I haven't actually got some time to do a live or to write a blog post or to record some audio, well, you do, because what you can do is you can do it as you're doing things. So like talk about your day, talk about the things that have come up during your day, the questions that people have had, the questions you get asked in your business. Maybe talk about some of the objections that have come up and the ways that you counter those objections. So there are loads of ways that you can actually not take extra time, but talk about the things that you'd be talking about during your day anyway, and so create organic content. However, if you want to grow really, really, really quickly, it's hard to do that organically. What I would suggest is the best way to do it all overall is actually create content organically and see what resonates with people, and then take the stuff that people really, really like and actually put some money behind it. Now, Facebook is the best way to do this, like without beyond a shadow of a doubt. There is no cheaper way of advertising than Facebook, and it's not just me saying that. Like the really massive people, like that are spending tens of thousands of dollars, pounds, whatever. They all talk about the fact that Facebook is the cheapest way of advertising. So people like Gary Vaynerchuk, I've heard Ryan Deiss in person say it to me. Russell Brunson talks about this. So if you actually create some organic content and then put some money behind it and do that strategically and properly, then you're going to have the best chance of success. You're going to grow the quickest, but you'll also do it in the kind of the cheapest way. So if you're just doing paid for advertising, it can be really, really expensive because you don't necessarily know what's going to work. So you have to test, you have to split test. These are all the things that I'm learning at the moment. I'm actually learning from one of the best Facebook ads person out there. And I've got a Facebook Live with him this evening, which unfortunately is in a private group, so I can't share it, but I'm going to try and see if I can stream a bit of it later on this evening. So it's 10 o'clock UK time because he's over in the US, so might not work out. So I'm learning how to actually put Facebook ads together in the most effective way possible. But I personally think, and I've also got this from Russell Brunson as well, that the best, the cheapest, the most effective way to actually use your money wisely is to keep posting organically, keep creating content, keep interacting with all of your audience, and then put a little bit of money behind all of those things that you're doing. So on Facebook, you can turn organic, natural content, and you can actually boost those posts. I wouldn't suggest boosting it, but that's a whole different ballgame. And you can actually say, okay, so you've put a load of content out. These are the things that resonated with people. These are the things people commented on, they shared, whatever. And then take the things that people liked, put some money behind it, and then do more of that stuff in your paid for advertising. So I'm really, really, really interested to hear what you guys think. So if you're watching, tell me where you're watching from. Hello, Aaron, Paul, one. Hi, Anne. Nice to see you. Hi, Neil. Carl, there's a lot of people in my my mastermind group saying hello. So hello. So let me know what you think. Have you tried Facebook ads? How do they work out for you? I know loads of people try them and say that they're rubbish and that they don't work, that they're really expensive. That's probably because you're not doing it right. I hate to say it, but it's not just a case of throwing a load of money at the wall and seeing what sticks. If you've got it, then you can do that, but then you probably haven't got to the position of having loads of money by just wasting it. So I know lots of people who've told me that Facebook ads don't work for them. I haven't come across a situation where Facebook ads haven't worked in an industry. There is not a single industry that you can't make work. From like what I've heard from my own experience, prove me wrong if you think so. If you've really let me know if you've tried Facebook ads and they just have not worked. Then let me know in the comments below. And after this live, if you don't make it now, then I will come back and give you some examples of people maybe that have made it work and put you in touch with them. But Facebook ads are amazing. However, I personally think you need to do organic social media stuff first. You need to be putting content out. The stuff that takes time, maybe, I try and do it during my day. Like today, I've been listening to podcasts while I'm going out and about, taking all that information in, and then coming up with content ideas, just kind of like off the stuff that I'm learning. I come up with content ideas of questions that I have, questions people ask me. I do Facebook Lives about them. That's a really great way of leveraging rather than just answering one person. You create a video, a post, like a blog post, whatever it is, about that question, and then you can answer lots of people rather than just one person, which I think is the best way. And then you get loads of experience from other people as well, so you don't just have like a one-on-one conversation, you have like a one-to-many conversation, and loads of people get to help, which I guess is the whole mastermind principle, which is amazing. So let me know in the comments below, have you tried Facebook ads and have they worked? Have they not worked? Maybe you've tried Google ads. I think that if you're going to start anywhere, start with Facebook. First of all, you can start for free. You can just post content and help people, and then you can put some money behind it. And I've got a really amazing way, like I was getting, or I do get, the one time that I've tried Facebook ads so far, I can get 10-second views, 10-second plus views, for ridiculous amounts of money, like ridiculous. Whereas I know people who are paying like £7 or what's that, probably like $8, $10 on leads, which or on views. Because I've been doing content that is organic, that is free, and I've been working out who my audience is and what they want to hear about, I can then go and put some money behind the stuff that I'm already putting out, and it becomes incredibly cheap to reach loads more people. And if you want one absolute key tip, do video, because all the people that are watching, you guys who are watching, I can then retarget you when I decide I want to. And I can then, once I've got my audience of people that actually are interested in the things that I talk about, and you can do the same, then I can go to Facebook and say, hey, Facebook, you know everything about everybody. Go and find more people like this. And my lookalike audiences at the moment are like 1 million people. And that's amazing. Can you imagine if you could go to a networking meeting and there were 1 million people that you knew were actually interested in what you were doing? How much money would you pay for that? There isn't enough money. Okay, so Kevin has said, yes and no, they haven't worked, Sam. As a hypnotherapist, they are a pain in the ass. Yeah, okay, I know this one. To get the wording right, yeah. So the things that you're allowed to talk about and not allowed to talk about on Facebook, that's probably one of the biggest challenges people have. But once you understand the thinking behind it, you can then work out ways around it. So what Kevin's talking about is the fact that you can't have negative things on Facebook and you can't make promises. So lots of people in the diet industry, weight loss, fitness really struggle with this. You can't make someone feel bad on Facebook. So think about it. You're on Facebook. You want to feel good. So why would you want to see an advert that makes you feel rubbish or that calls out the things? You wouldn't want to hear about the problems that you're having, And this is where Kevin's probably struggled. And Kevin, let me know if I'm right or wrong. You can't make people feel negative. So if you talk about the problems that they're having, that person is going to, I'm watching. I don't want to feel negative. So you can't talk about negative things. So what you have to do is kind of flip reverse it. There are people even that I know that sell certain types of like MCT oil and stuff, and you can't talk about having joint pain, but you can talk about people feeling better and being able to run around and like, for example, have imagery of older people, grandparents, chasing with happy smiles, chasing grandchildren, and then the copy kind of alludes to, I've after using the, I now feel free, I now can run around, I can run after my grandchildren. But yeah, so you have to kind of think of the positive spin on things, which is where people struggle with Facebook. And Paul has just put an aha moment, thanks. That's amazing. I'm so glad I've helped. Like, I've helped one person, that makes my day. And that's like, for me, all that, like, everything that I do is about helping other people. So Kevin, my wording is always positive. I rarely put negatives in. Well, perhaps maybe, you need to go and have a look at, and you can do this now on Facebook, you can go and see what other people are putting in their advertisements. So on Facebook now, it's amazing. You can go and see everybody else's adverts and see what's working. And Kevin, if you want to reach out and we can have a look at how, how you can go and find the right kind of people, or, who I might know that might be able to help you. This is the problem with actually doing paid for advertising is you're not personally doing it often enough to know what's really working in your niche and what's not working. Most people might go and train. Kevin's probably trained, I know you have, to be a hypnotherapist, but have you trained to do Facebook ads? Have you trained to do social media marketing? And I hate that, social media marketing. Have you trained to have you gone and expanded your mind? And I'm not calling you out at all, Kevin, on how to write things in a way that resonates with people, how to find out what it is that people want to hear about, how to find out what your audience wants so that you can sell it to them, all this stuff. So yes, Kevin, send me a PM, absolutely. I'm actually going to be in Madrid tomorrow. I booked some flights today, lastminute.com, not 3lastminute.com, but I am a last minute person. My friend's getting married at the weekend, which is going to be amazing. Mallory, I cannot wait. And she's getting married just outside of Madrid on Saturday. So today, in typical Sam form, I have booked my flights to leave tomorrow, which will be amazing. So yes, PM me, and I will hopefully have internet out there, because I've spent the first half of this week in the New Forest where I had no internet, and it made me realise, first of all, that I really love being connected to people, and I missed everybody. And I got to spend some awesome time with my son and my mum and my aunts and uncles and things, and that was wonderful. But I do miss connecting with everybody, which is why I love Facebook Live. But it also made me start to properly plan my content and stuff. I'm digressing now anyway. But yeah, so Kevin, just reach out to me. Anyone else who wants to reach out to me and you need some help with maybe like how to write content or do videos or whatever, I have a webinar that someone's putting a registration page together for me, because I am not an expert at creating funnels. So I have an expert creating a funnel for me. And I'm going to do a webinar on actually like how to create content, how to have the confidence to do a Facebook Live, how to work out where to spend money on Facebook, and like Facebook ads and stuff like that. And really just try and share everything that I've been learning over the last year in like webinar form, so that I can work out what it is that people want to know about, and actually I can then do like more in-depth lives about those particular things. But I think a webinar is the best way to get everybody together, so that I can share with you what I've been learning, and then find out what you guys like and what you don't like, and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully that's helped, Kevin. And I know, I'm just scrolling back up, Paul said that he had an aha moment, so we know that it's helped him. And yes, Reese, I'd love to collaborate. I'm really up for doing lives with other people. I've got one come up with a really cool property investor who has done some amazing things, in the last couple of years, and is, we're talking like millions of pounds that he's made over the last couple of years from like nothing, and he's gone and educated himself. And we're going to do a Facebook Live about how he can really maximize his Facebook presence, and then also like talk about the property niche and how you can use Facebook in that particular niche, because obviously I have some experience, but also like you can use Facebook for anything. Anyone who says that Facebook doesn't work in their industry is just wrong. We just have to work out how, and like just test, do different things. So anyway, hopefully this has been useful to you all. Let me know if you're watching afterwards, let me know in the comments if you've tried Facebook ads and if they didn't work for you, and if you've tried just doing like normal content, organic content, and you just aren't getting any engagement, like nobody's commenting, nobody's sharing, nobody seems bothered. Let me know in the comments below, because what I'd like to do is find people who really need my help and work with you to find a way to actually get stuff that's interesting. And that's the key point. You have to be interesting. You cannot be boring on social media, because there are so many really interesting people out there. So you can't be boring, but that's actually sometimes harder than it sounds. So just drop some comments below and let me know how I can help you get amazing engagement, and how I can help you do awesome organic content that then you can put some money behind and really scale. And I promise you, like, if people are spending, and I know that they are, tens of thousands of dollars a day, a month, whatever, like, then you can spend a couple of £100 a month and really massively blow up your business. And if you want to do 6-figure launches, then like you need to be spending tens of thousands of dollars or pounds. But it's all possible. You just need to start trying and testing and doing stuff that's outside of your comfort zone, probably, and really putting yourself out there. But let me know. Drop me a comment below. Yes, you can send me a message, absolutely, and we'll go from there. And I'm going to prepare myself, because in just 2 hours I am going to be doing a Facebook Live with a very amazing, very awesome, probably one of the biggest Facebook ads experts, he was doing a Facebook Live recently, and Facebook were calling him, his Facebook rep was calling him. So like, when you're doing well if you have your own Facebook rep. So I'm going to be speaking with him later this evening. So I shall see you all guys soon. I will try and share my live later if I can, but it's in a private group, so I might not be able to. I do a little behind the scenes thing. And I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you all soon. See ya.